Would you believe there are places even Google Maps won't name? Not because they vanished, but because they never appeared in their true form. Not the crowded wonders, but strange lands, where nature hides breathtaking secrets, as if meant only for those brave enough to search. In China, the sandstone pillars of Wulingyuan pierce through the mist like a forest of spears stabbing the sky. Fragile bridges stretch like threads, drawn tight between heaven and the abyss. In Utah, red rocks burn like dying embers, carving out a world no longer belonging to Earth. And in Ireland, the cliffs of Moher rise like an unhealed wound of the planet, a scar 200 meters high above the Atlantic, where the wind howls like Earth's own sigh. If you could vanish for a day, would you choose the stone forest, the burning planet, or the last tear of the Earth? Have you ever wondered how many wonders still hide, waiting to be seen for the first time? At Fenglin Buoyi, red maple forests blaze in autumn, clear streams wind through limestone hills. When sunlight touches the leaves, the whole land glows in red, gold, and orange. Like a breathing painting, waterfalls drop from over 100 feet onto mossy stones, sounding like wind chimes echoing deep in the woods. Along the hills, stilt houses with black roofs and ancient stone pillars stand as if untouched by time. Locals say sometimes they hear their names, or whispers guiding their life's direction. No one knows why, only that the split stone nearby is still seen as sacred. Half a world away. Lake Baikal sinks nearly 400 feet deep, holding a fifth of the planet's unfrozen fresh water. In winter, it freezes so clear you see through it, while its cracks thunder like cannon fire beneath your feet. And only here do freshwater seals live, guardians of an ancient silence few ever touch. Do you believe there are stones that glow softly only when touched by a truly sincere heart? Beneath the lake's surface, tiny life works in silence, purifying the water without human hands. To the locals, the lake is not just water, it is soul, it is legend. My village rests between pine forests and deep valleys. Each morning, mist lifts, sunlight touches the curved roofs, and the whole village awakens in peace. Wood and stone homes with carved doors, long porches, and stone courtyards feel like time is breathing. And then, on New Year's Eve, if someone with true intent places their hand on the stream's stone and recites a self-written poem, the stone glows gently and grants clarity and learning for the year ahead. No one can explain it, only that it feels like nature itself, awakening. At Wulingyuan, over 3,000 sandstone pillars rise like a forest of spears, shaped by uplift, erosion, and time into a wonder like no other. If you found a stone that reflected your deepest truth, would you dare to touch it and hear what your soul has been trying to say? At Wulingyuan, thousands of stone towers rise like a petrified forest, some shaped like dragons, others like silent lions guarding the land. A legend says they are mountain spirits turned to stone, protectors of sacred ground. Today, strict conservation is enforced. Visitors must stay on marked paths to protect this fragile ecosystem. This is one of the few places where Earth's ancient power and spiritual meaning live side by side. Far away in Ireland, the cliffs of Moher rise from what was once a seabed, formed over 300 million years ago. Now, they tower over 700 feet tall, stretching 5 kilometers beside the wild Atlantic. When sunlight breaks through the mist, the stone shifts from silver gray to copper red, as if the cliffs themselves were breathing, whispering secrets in color. More than 20 rare seabird species nest here, and the site is now carefully protected. A wild place, sacred in its silence. In Moab, red and orange rocks were shaped over millions of years, creating a land that feels like a forgotten planet. Cliffs rise, hundreds of feet, cracked and curved, as if the earth once shook violently here. At sunrise, large stones are said to make cracking sounds, like they're breathing. Wind through narrow gaps plays like flutes or soft whispers from another world. Some visitors report compasses shifting near strange rock formations. And at night, flickering lights appear close to the ground. Many believe hidden energy lies just beneath the surface. Moab is where the line between reality and an ancient world begins to fade. Meanwhile, in New Zealand, the Waitomo glowworm caves hold a starry sky beneath the earth, formed over 30 million years ago from limestone. The caves now shimmer with thousands of glowing worms, a quiet, magical galaxy hidden in the dark. The soft blue glow of Waitomo's worms is caused by a rare biological reaction, creating a surreal, almost sacred feeling. In total darkness, an underground river carries visitors silently, as if drifting through a miniature galaxy. According to legend, the light comes from ancestral spirits, gently guiding the way through the shadows. This place is more than a cave. It's a spiritual realm beneath the earth, now protected with strict limits on daily visitors and a total ban on artificial light. The cave's fragile ecosystem is carefully preserved. Far away in Cambodia lies Angkor Thom, a stone capital built over 800 years ago. Hundreds of giant stone faces stare out in all 4 directions. The city was designed like a cosmic model based on Hindu beliefs, showing brilliant astronomical thought. Millions of heavy stones were stacked with perfect precision, without mortar. And the building techniques remain unexplained to this day. Some believe secret tunnels lie beneath its surface, and strange magnetic fields may exist because electronic devices often fail near the city's very center. If these frames quieted your heart, if you believe that nature has a soul and that every place holds a hidden story, then tap the heart as a silent thank you, leave a comment as a connection across time, and subscribe to this channel so we can continue journeying through sacred lands, touching the edge of beauty, stillness, and the wonder this universe holds. When early sunlight touches the moss-covered towers and mist floats through the air, Chingi de Bemaraha appears like a sacred world long forgotten, hidden deep in Madagascar's remote wilderness. This forest of sharp limestone was carved by wind and water over millions of years. To reach it, explorers must travel through dense jungle and harsh terrain, giving the place an aura of myth and challenge, home to hundreds of rare species found nowhere else. Biologists call it a living lab for evolution. To local communities, this land is sacred, tied to ancient beliefs and deep reverence for nature. Its surreal landscape feels like stepping onto another planet. In South Africa, Table Mountain stands tall, one of the oldest mountains on Earth. Over 260 million years old, its strange flat top looks like an altar to the sky. When clouds roll in, locals call it the tablecloth of the gods. What's most mysterious is that after all these millions of years, the summit remains perfectly flat. For millions of years, erosion has passed. But the summit of Table Mountain remains flat, untouched. With over 400 plant species found nowhere else, it is a living biological museum of the world. Strange radio disruptions near the summit have led some to believe in hidden magnetic forces. Not far away, Cliff Village clings to the side of a sheer cliff 2,600 feet above the earth. Floating clouds drift by at eye level, and at sunrise the village appears to hover between sky and stone. Homes are built of earth, bamboo, and stone. Simple, yet strong. Long ago, villagers used rope ladders to climb the cliffs, hundreds of feet in the air. Though metal stairs now lead the way, a piece of the original rope still hangs. Visitors often place their hand on it, silently asking for protection as they pass through the mighty cliffs. Far across the globe in Argentina, the Perito Moreno glacier stretches 19 miles long and towers nearly 230 feet above the lake. Under sunlight, it glows a brilliant turquoise, as if a giant crystal is breathing in the open wild. The Perito Moreno glacier stands tall like a living turquoise monument. Unlike many glaciers, it has remained the same size for decades. At times, massive chunks of ice crash into the lake, roaring like thunder, sending waves into the sky. To Argentina, this is more than a natural wonder, it's a symbol of national pride. In the heart of a modern city, Wulingyuan rises with hundreds of closely packed towers, a mega development, yet nature flows through it. Man-made lakes, hanging gardens, shaded parks. In mornings and evenings, people walk under the trees, meditate by the water, or pause to feel the stillness within stone. Some whisper of certain floors where lights never go out, but no one is ever seen. Many practice sunrise meditation, believing the area holds a quiet energy that sharpens the mind and calms the soul. Wulingyuan feels both real and surreal, as if the boundary between steel and spirit has quietly disappeared. If a city could breathe, would you hear its true heartbeat? At Haleakalā National Park, a volcano rises over 1,000 feet. Each sunrise, the sky glows with a red sea of clouds, like fire drifting through the heavens. Its wide crater, red soil, black stone, volcanic ash, feels like walking on another planet. In ancient belief, this sacred place was home to the gods, and once held the sun still in mythic time. The weather changes with every step, from bright sun to chilling fog. Standing here, people often feel peace and the smallness of their soul in a boundless universe. And far across the ocean, in Rafine, a coastal town that still holds its ancient charm. Steep limestone cliffs and waters so clear they sparkle even from hundreds of feet away. Narrow stone streets and old red-roofed houses make it feel like a fairy tale left untouched. Locals tell of a statue of the Virgin Mary that once washed ashore, and to this day, that light, that story, still glows quietly in the hearts of those who believe. In Rafine, a statue of the Virgin Mary washed ashore and could not be moved. Locals believed it was sacred light made solid, and built a shrine around it. To this day, strange lights and mysterious sounds are still reported, drawing seekers and the quietly curious. Thanks to strict preservation and sustainable tourism, Rafine still holds its timeless soul. Far to the north, in Scotland, Fingal's Cave stands as a rare natural wonder, perfect hexagonal basalt columns formed by ancient volcanic fire. When ocean waves rush in, they echo through the cave like organ music in a vast cathedral. At certain times of year, sunlight pierces the opening, casting a vertical beam like a column of flame. Some visitors say time slows down inside, others hear whispers with no source. Photos often reveal strange distortions of light, as if space itself is bending. And hidden among forested mountains lies an ancient Viking village, a place where time has quietly stopped. Hidden among misty hills and bamboo forests lies Beacon Village, a place where time has quietly stopped. Old wooden houses sit beneath moss-covered roofs. Spring wildflowers burst into color, and golden leaves fall like poetry in autumn. Legends say ancient alchemists once lived here, carving strange symbols into stone. Sacred trees with unusual shapes still stand as silent guardians, a place where landscape and spirit dance in harmony. And farther north, deep in Alaska's Toquit Mountains, lies Hatcher Pass, a frozen mountain trail. Nearly 3,000 feet above sea level, the path is treacherous, especially in winter, but those who endure the cold find untouched alpine beauty unlike anywhere else. Once a gold rush hub in the early 1900s, now a scientific outpost for studying geology and climate change. A crossroads of history, wilderness, and secrets still buried beneath the snow. If these frames quieted your heart, if you believe that nature has a soul, and that every place holds a hidden story, then tap the heart as a silent thank you. Leave a comment as a connection across time, and subscribe to this channel so we can continue journeying through sacred lands, touching the edge of beauty, stillness, and the wonder this universe holds. In the heart of the forest, Beizang Waterfall roars down from towering heights, like a ribbon of white mist falling from the heavens. Strangely, its flow remains almost unchanged, whether in dry season or rain. Scientists are puzzled, the true source of its waters still unknown. According to ancient legends, this is where gods once descended to teach humanity virtue and wisdom. To many, it is more than a natural wonder. It's a sacred place to feel peace and a deeper connection to the universe itself. Far across the sea lies Santorini, a crescent-shaped island born from a mighty volcanic eruption. Whitewashed homes with blue domes perch on cliffs above a sunken caldera, a dreamlike fusion of architecture and wild earth. As the sun sets, the island glows in soft orange and pink, and for a moment, everything feels timeless, still, divine. Hidden deep in Colorado's San Juan Mountains, Owl Creek Pass rises over 8,000 feet, a rugged, remote escape for those seeking nature's untouched soul. Its towering peaks, ancient forests, and deep valleys feel like a forgotten world, one where wild animals still roam freely and silence speaks louder than words. Due to its inaccessibility, the land remains pristine, untouched by mass tourism, protected by solitude. Meanwhile, Drift Creek Falls crashes down from a high cliff into a lush, ancient forest sculpted by time. A 240-foot suspension bridge stretches over the canyon, swaying gently in the wind, carrying explorers into the heart of the wild. Here, only the sound of rushing water and whispering leaves remind you. Nature still holds sacred places where time stands still. Drift Creek Falls isn't just a beautiful waterfall, Geologists believe its rocks are remnants of an ancient sediment layer, fractured long ago by a powerful earthquake. According to local legend, this was once a sacred place for rain rituals, and the voices of ancestors still echo softly through the forest. Today, conservationists work to limit tourism, preserving the forest's sacred silence. Far away, Wugu Gorge emerges like a dream. Each morning it floats in thick white mist, suspended between sky and earth, moss-covered stones, dense jungle, and a strange phenomenon, compasses spinning wildly at certain spots. Ancient tales speak of Taoist priests who once meditated here, channeling spiritual energy hidden in the land. Visitors come not just to admire the view, but to find stillness and reconnect with something deeper than words. In winter, Jackson Hole turns into a frozen white wonder. Because of its bowl shape and highland climate, mist and frost often fill the valley, creating a surreal, dreamlike world. Once home to hunters, settlers, and cowboys, its spirit still lives in the old timber buildings and quiet traditions. Here, you might spot a moose, an eagle, even a bear, in the wild with no fences, no barriers. And then, there's Milford Sound, a sacred dream carved by ice. Formed during the Ice Age, it's guarded by towering cliffs nearly 4,000 feet high and deep sapphire waters. Rain falls so often it paints hundreds of waterfalls, brief, beautiful, and ever-changing. When the sky clears, the water becomes a mirror, reflecting mountains like a living painting, a place where power meets peace, and the world whispers something eternal, if you're still enough to hear it. The Teton Range, like spears of heaven, has stood for nearly 9 million years. Unlike other mountains, it rises nearly vertically from the lowlands, piercing the sky without foothills. Snow blankets the peaks year-round, and sunlight paints ever-changing colors across its slopes. At night, strange lights have been seen dancing across its peaks, unexplained yet deeply felt. This range remains one of the few untouched places left on Earth, home to wolves, moose, and soaring eagles. Conservation efforts protect its pristine beauty and powerful silence. Meanwhile, hidden within a modern city, the Key City Forest Garden offers a sacred escape. Towering trees filter the mist, winding paths lead past calm lakes and quiet hills. Local legend tells of a tree stump called the Time Guardian, once used in New Year rituals. On the first sunrise of each year, people come to sit, to breathe, to hear the rhythm of the earth beneath their feet. Because sometimes, the closest place to the universe isn't above us. It's found in the deepest stillness within ourselves. If you want to continue discovering untold mysteries, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, because the next video might change the way you see the universe.